children congregate in schools. They spend a lot of hours in schools. This can be where they pick up communicable diseases, but it can also be a place where we can help to control them. Here in Fiji, the health promoting schools focus on 3 major areas: diet and physical activity together, because there's often that linkage between them. WASH, which is water, sanitation and hygiene, so looking at things like access to safe water, the cleanliness, toilet facilities and so on. And then the third area is mental health. We are finding that there's a lot of issues in the Pacific Islands and elsewhere with young people experiencing mental health challenges around bullying, depression, feeling isolated and so on. So this was why it was selected as one of the 3 priority areas for the HPS in Fiji.
The foundation of the HPS program was a baseline study conducted in 207 schools across the country, looking at the school environment, teaching around the key areas of the HPS program, as well as the school's implementation of HPS policies designed to improve outcomes around WASH, diet and physical activity, and mental health and well-being. Individual assessments were also conducted on a sample of students in the HPS program schools. Students answered questions around their knowledge and also their self-reported behavior. Weight and height measurements were taken, as well as blood samples taken to assess anemia, which is an indication of the iron intake in the children's diet. Anemia is also an indication of the infestation of intestinal worms. The third physical measurement was the collection of stool samples from primary school-age students to measure intestinal worm infestation or soil-transmitted helminths in the school population.
These are all the eggs of Ascaris containing larvae. People are infected by the ingestion of water or food contaminated with soil, including eggs of STH. Sometimes people are also infected by hookworm, primarily by walking on barefoot on contaminated soil, as the hookworm larvae actively can can penetrate the skin of the person.
For the first time ever, the Ministry of Education and the participating HPS schools had verifiable and accurate data to identify what problems they faced and what areas they needed to focus on. HPS field coordinators organized workshops and community outreach across the country to raise awareness of and develop strategies to tackle DPA, WASH and MHW in the classroom and in the wider community.
The child is at school from 8 to 3 every day, and we need to teach the child through the curriculum of what are good nutrition and physical activity, and also create that supportive environment. It's really the mindset. Teaching it through the curriculum and creating the supportive environment for the child to be able to practice good hygiene and proper nutrition.
It's starting from a very young age. It's involving parents, guardians, grandparents, and the teachers. You know, these are the big people in the life of a child. So just giving them more skills, more information. You know, I must say that this is the big, coordinated, systematic approach to addressing mental health issues in our schools in Fiji.
Safe water, basic sanitation and hygiene will cut the migration of the disease and the germs to the pupils or to the children. We have also found out that having this done in school, they'll go back to home and then start advocating this with the parents. You know, like having safe water, having proper sanitation, and this can trigger also change in the village and in the community.
The Fijian stories, we are dying at around 40 years of age. If you are dying as early as 40 years, then you must be sick at 20. And if we are sick at 20, we need to promote health from the childhood days.
The hope and the expectation is that we'll be able to see changes at both the child level and at the school level as well.